just about ready to go. John Higgins will do the honors. And the Illini secure the opening tip, and it's into the hands of a really talented freshman in Sky Clark.
Texas starts off in man-to-man, and this is an excellent defensive team. They want to keep you completely out of the middle. Their help side is excellent.
And they're allowing only 55 points per game so far on the season, one of the best marks in the country.
And really what they want to do is take Illinois out of transition. This is among the fastest teams in the country at getting the ball from one end to another, and excellent athletically.
Matthew Meyer, a transfer from Baylor with a height advantage on Timmy Allen. Meyer gets it off and knocks down the three.
Boy, that's a big basket for Matthew Meyer. He was 2 of his last 11 from three-point range, and he knows Texas very well from his years at Baylor. And he's really the ceiling, I think, for this Illinois team. As he continues to play better, it's really going to help the chances of the Illini.
A nice cut by Timmy Allen. Surrounded, has to dribble it out of the paint. Hunter is wide open and answers with a three of his own.
Well, Illinois wants to shut the water off, as Brad Underwood says, of Tyrese Hunter and Marcus Carr, and that's a tall order because both those guys can really score the ball.
Hunter, the freshman of the year in the Big 12 last year, but that was at Iowa State, and a guy who is good buddies with the guy on the other side of the court right now, and Brad Underwood, the Illinois coach. Meyer adjusts and gets it to go, and he's got all 5.
Well, Matthew Meyer's a shot maker. He's not only got deep range, as he showed with that first three, but he can drive it. A defender that can guard multiple spots. And he's the piece that I think can take Illinois to the next level. He's not played his best just yet.
Sporting different hair than he had down in Waco, though.
Yeah, I talked to him before the game about getting rid of the mullet, and he said, I had to look a little bit more professional. I thought he looked professional before. Business up front, party in the back.
Carr slips inside, and a beautiful feed underneath, the lay-in for Timmy Allen.
And great job by Carr of avoiding the charge, but that was a big-time drop-off on the drive.
Now Terrance Shannon, a guy, of course, that Chris Beard knows very well. He recruited him.
But that was a beautiful pass by Marcus Carr. Sky Clark just needed to rotate over.
Jabari or Bari most of the time, a grad transfer from New Mexico State, checking in for the Horns.
And Illinois will press throughout the course of this game. It's a clock management thing. They take time off the clock. They don't have to guard as long as a half court. And you'll also see Illinois, they switch just about everything. With this lineup in, they have multi-positional defenders that can switch out.
Allen from the corner knocks down a three. His first of the season, and that's the second assist of the night already for Marcus Carr.
Coming off an 11-point, 7-rebound, 4-assist game against Creighton. Timmy Allen moves without the ball as well as any player in the country.
Clark no, and the rebound down to the Horns and Rice.
We saw Coleman Hawkins from Illinois grab an offensive rebound. That's going to be a real focal point. Chris Beard was at Fort Scott, and Brad Underwood at Dodge City.
Yes.
And they were talking about Fort Scott having a rodeo while the basketball games were going on.
Right, all the dust they would have to keep sweeping off the court, if you will. 3 years at Utah. And knocks them both down to extend the lead to 3.
Now Texas with a little 2-2-1 3-quarter court pressure of their own.
Pretty talented freshman here in Clark, originally committed to Kentucky, decommitted, decided to go to Champaign, a guy who suffered an injury last year, tore his ACL, barely played last season. Nice find. Hawkins wide open, and misses the three. And he can shoot it from out there.
He does, and shoots it quite a bit. He's a versatile player.
Look at this. Carr left it a little bit short, trying to get it up on the glass.
And there's the versatility of Coleman Hawkins. He can rip and run, grab a rebound and bring it up himself at 6'10". He's like a point center out there.
Oop. And he and Clark were on a different page.
He's got a big-time handle, especially for a guy his size.
Of course, the last 3 years they had Kofi Coburn in the middle. Coburn's now gone on to play. Hunter back into the game for Texas. Carr has gone to the bench. Hunter too strong. And the rebound down to R.J. Melendez.
Texas has not been great from three-point range. They had that one game they played against Gonzaga where they seemed like they made absolutely everything. Not a good shot by Coleman Hawkins. He can get that anytime he wants.
And it leads to transition for Texas, but a hustle play made by Terrance Shannon Jr.
And this is where Shannon is so dangerous.
3.5 assists per game, and as you mentioned going into the break, when he gets going towards the basket, he is a load to handle.
He's just got tremendous speed, and he's improved his perimeter shooting to where he's really reliable out there. He had a 30-point game against Monmouth, 29 against UCLA, averaging about 20 on the year.
And a nice shovel pass back to Melendez, who leaves the three a little bit short, and Hunter out of the traffic. Brock Cunningham into the game for Texas, finds a wide open Hunter, and down with the rebound is Danger.
Well, even though Hunter missed that shot, Illinois has to pick him up every time down. You have to find him first in transition.
Hunter and Carr each shooting 37% from three for the Longhorns. As Jay mentioned, as a team, they haven't been great, but those two guys have been getting it done. Double team on Danger. Doesn't matter.
Well, showing really good footwork and good poise down in the post. Dane Danger is so difficult to knock off his spot. He's lost a good deal of weight and in much better condition than he was when he was at Baylor.
Played 3 games early last season for the Bears, then transferred. So he joined the Illini program mid-season last year. So Jay, he got a chance to learn the system and battle Kofi Coburn in practice for a couple of months. Hunter again.
Great job by Brock Cunningham to get that extra possession. That's just what he does. He's an energy player that screens, moves without the ball, and he rebounds, gets loose balls. He will get you extra possessions, and the best time to shoot a three is after that offensive board. And there's a steal by Cunningham.
And a great outlet pass to set up another Hunter three that misses everything. And then a great rebound, great hustle play by Bishop, but he couldn't convert. Danger. And boy, when a guy that big gets going that much, you can kind of see where it's going to end up.
Yeah, tough call for Danger.
And also Dylan DeSue, a transfer from Vandy a couple of years ago, a senior from Pflugerville, Texas. DeSue, and he misses everything.
DeSue's only got 4 baskets outside of the paint this year. I don't think Illinois is upset that he took that shot.
And a foul on the drive there by Jaden Epps of the Illini as well. A great night for a great cause. To donate to the V Foundation, go to v.org. Coach Fran McCaffrey has not one, but 2 of his sons still on the team, and Connor and Patrick. Family affair for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And I think he's just as pleased to have one of the Murray brothers on his team. Having both of them was better, but when you had Keegan Murray and Chris Murray, but Chris Murray's right up near the top of the league in scoring, just having a great year after his brother went into the draft last year.
Yeah, Keegan now with the Sacramento Kings, and Chris is doing a pretty good Keegan impersonation this year. Huge numbers for him.
The horn set out top for Texas.
A horn set for the Horns.
Horn set for the Horns. Very nice by you.
Down to 10. And good ball pressure. Good pressure off the ball as well by the Illini. Morris met at the rim by Meyer.
But great job by Meyer to wall up, showing some athleticism.
Danger. Stripped away. I think it was Rice got a hand in there.
Yeah, Rice is a very good defender.
Carr. And out of bounds, it will stay with Texas.
Boy, everything is contested in this game. Both teams do a good job of pressuring the ball. And a terrific drive here, getting by the initial defender, but you saw Meyer just wall up and play it vertically. You're supposed to be entitled to that spot when you jump straight up all the way up to the ceiling.
Let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, Michael Meyer showing some nice athleticism there. He has said that he wants his goal this season to be the defensive player of the year in the league.
Well, he did it because of his shot fake. He's got one of the best shot fakes in the country, and you have to stay down on it. Dane Danger guarding him, got switched out. Just a simple shot fake, got Danger off the floor. And that was a focal point of the scouting report with Sir Jabari Rice, is stay down on that shot fake.
Rice played at New Mexico State with Timmy Allen's brother, Teddy Allen. So Timmy Allen knew all about him before he joined him here in Austin.
A story is who didn't play with Teddy Allen.
That's true.
Teddy Allen played everywhere.
6 Degrees of Separation starring Teddy Allen. 5-point lead, Texas. Almost 8 minutes in. Myers somehow gets out of traffic. Clark's got it, but eventually a held ball, and the possession arrow is going to turn it over.
As soon as Meyer got to the basket, Rice.
Here come the Longhorns. Yeah, they're leading, but they've missed 9 of their last 10 field goal attempts after making their first 3. And they'll miss another one here. That's the freshman Dylan Mitchell. Outstanding talent. Montford Academy from Tampa.
But getting there to wall up and, that vertical contest where you just go straight up and make the offensive player finish over you.
Hawkins is an interesting guy, isn't he? All the different skill set things that he has between shooting, passing, protecting the rim. He can win you games a lot of different ways.
Well, especially at 6'10".
Yeah. Nice look in the corner for Melendez, kept alive by Hawkins, and it stays with the Illini. Select the school you want to support in fundraising. Every donation made will support critical cancer research that is helping to save lives.
One of the emphasis for Texas going into this game was to get back in transition, which I think Texas has done, but also take care of the ball. Texas has 2 turnovers, but Illinois thus far in the game, they've coughed it up 6 times. One of those was dangerous charge. But Illinois has got to do a better job of ball security.
Matthew Meyer with a bucket, now 3 for 3, 7 points to lead the way for the Illini. Bishop over Hawkins, and it's good.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Will have a better rhythm to his game here in the second half. How about the 4 and the 5? Meyer and Hawkins getting the offense going. Now Shannon gets free, and he's on the board.
Just a really nice cut into the middle of the lane. Coleman Hawkins had the ball down on the right post, and that was a really smart cut by Terrance Shannon Jr.
And again, to your point, how nice is it for Brad Underwood when you can run so much offense through your 4-man and your 5-man?
Yeah, you got multiple handlers out there, and they can go a lot, and they can really spread the floor because just about everybody can shoot it.
Hunter to Carr with the shot clock at 4. The floater will go. So the 2 guys we talked about, Shannon and Carr, with the first bucket for their respective teams in the second half.
Boy, nice job by Marcus Carr to step away from what could have been a charge. It looked like Melendez and Shannon. Melendez was guarding him, but Shannon stepped in, had a chance to take a charge.
Shannon, no. Hunter the rebound. The push to Allen. The trailer, Mitchell. And Dessou didn't get it up on the glass strong enough, and eventually a turnover.
Boy, Dylan Dessou hesitated as soon as he caught it and let the defense catch up.
And then backed off Meyer, and that's not the play here tonight.
Boy, that's a 5-point swing right there. What should have been an easy bucket for Texas turns into an easy 3 in transition.
Meyer, a perfect 7 of 7 from the floor, 18 points on the night.
He who hesitates gives up a transition 3.
Deflected off Allen, and he can't run it down. It's Illinois ball.
And this same set was really effective in the first half. That little staggered ball screen out top with 2 shooters in the corners.
This time a little bit too much dribbling by Meyer, and he'll cough it up. Carr with a nifty little pass. The extra feed from Allen into Bishop, and it's good. Chris Beard just brought Bishop into the game at the last whistle. He brought Dessou back to the bench. Another turnover by Illinois. And a bucket for Allen.
Boy, not a good play by Sky Clark. He's just showing the ball, taking it into too much trouble where they're help defenders. Great pass. But there was no pressure on Coleman Hawkins, and he just delivered a needle threader.
Coleman Hawkins averaging 4 assists per game for Illinois. Bishop off to Mitchell. And the follow for Allen, who's all over the place right now.
Now Matthew Meyer just didn't look to block out. And Illinois did a pretty good job on the glass in the first half, but those are easy ones that you just can't give up.
Allen up to 15, and Jay's got 5 assists in the game as well.
That's a tough pass made by Terrance Shannon.
Just treat Hawkins like a guard. Don't let him pass. Don't let him shoot. Make him put the ball on the floor because he just loves to pass the ball.
Don't you love scouting reports when you're at a scouting report and they talk about everything they're going to take away as if it's going to be a shutout?
First miss of the night for Meyer, who again is pleading for a foul. And Carr gets knocked down. It'll be Sky Clark called for the foul.
Be working out better for Marcus Carr than one ever could have imagined, because now he doesn't have to handle the ball. That's too easy. Just an easy layup. Didn't take away middle. Now that was a breakdown by Illinois. But now Marcus Carr can operate off the ball and play with a free mind and just look to be a weapon because Tyrese Hunter's taking care of the ball for him.
Got a little bit of medical attention on the bench. Rice is in the game, at least momentarily. And a block is called on Shannon. And they've developed McCaffrey's pretty well, too. Connor and Patrick both there. Going to be an interesting game with Duke. Corner 3 for Sir'Jabari Rice.
Averaging about 10 points a game.
And a foot on the line. My bad. It's a 2. Over on the sideline during the stoppage.
A really good defense. The denial, making tough catches. Now Shannon's got Allen guarding him.
Tough shot. And here comes Morris in transition. Bishop. Hunter. And it's in and out.
But all in all, a good shot in transition. That's a 3 that you'd have to work awfully hard to get.
You know, these are 2 really good teams. Obviously, Maryland and Wisconsin. Rutgers just picked up a big win over Indiana. Year after year, Jay, the Big Ten, so much fun and so unpredictable. Purdue, obviously, with the week they had in Portland, it's going to be a fun league again.
Well, both Purdue and Indiana have started off great. Indiana got beat at Rutgers, but boy, it's hard to imagine a team playing better early on than Purdue has played. Those young guards, and Zach Edey's just a monster.
Yeah. What did he have? 31 and 22 in their last game, I think. Texas up by 2.
And there was another slip to the basket, and Arterio Morris was wide open. They just didn't see him. But that middle is open, and those cuts and slips, they give Texas some good things.
Boy, Timmy Allen's having himself a night. He's up to 17.
The spacing is so much better in the second half for Texas. You know, they're spreading out this Illinois defense, and Texas starting to get a little juice now, and you're seeing it on the defensive end with the pressure.
8-0 run for the Longhorns. Hawkins, look at the running hook that goes in and out, and the follow is around and out as well.
A danger reach right over the top.
Cunningham from the elbow, the handoff.
Tougher with that kind of spacing. Help is longer and recoveries are longer.
Easily a season high already for Allen. His previous high was 11 against Creighton in their last game. And now a terrific finish by Rice.
How did Rice get that ball in? That seemed to defy physics. Hit the bottom of the rim and rolled right over and in. Well, it's a big possession here for Illinois.
And it's the largest lead of the night right now for Texas. Shannon off the back of the iron and tipped into the hands of Rice.
Well, it's been 1 and out for Illinois.
45-inch vertical, too.
Well, it's been tough for Illinois to run offense. A lot off the dribble.
Step back 3, Hawkins.
Just asking, Illinois is asking too much of itself right now to make difficult shot after difficult shot.
Rice again. And met up at the summit by Harris. Boy, Morris skying up top
on this Illini team.
Clark now back into the point for the first time in a while for the Illini. And a nice post feed into Danger. Reverses it, no. Follows it, no. Battles for it, but it's out of bounds to Texas.
And Brock Cunningham was much smaller in there, but held his ground and tried to force danger to finish over him, and it worked out well.
Yeah, he, I guess, is the small ball 5 right now for the Longhorns. Carr's got him open. Cunningham will launch, but missed the 3. And another spectacular effort there by Morris, but he couldn't come up with a rebound. Danger fouled at the other end. Just like poking the big guy, poking. Ooh.
Well, you've made a number of good observations for a play-by-play person.
Touche. Air ball on the second free throw attempt. The Illini have not scored in better than 5 minutes, and now they're going to step up the pressure a bit.
Yeah, they have to make something happen defensively. A push off there by Morris.
Stop and go. And Dylan Mitchell soars in for the follow.
With Danger on the bench, Illinois may become a little bit smaller in the post, but they become more versatile. And so now Illinois expect the Illini now to spread the floor and attack an open middle, but Texas is a no middle team. Their whole defense is predicating on keeping people out of the middle.
And a goaltending call on Morris, so count the basket for Shannon.
Had to be raised by his older brothers in some respect. Even now goes home and lives with friends of his brothers. He said, you know, I could have caved, I could have died, I could have had all kinds of darkness take over my life, but my mom was fun. She wants me to laugh. She wants me to live. She wants me to have joy, and he continues to have joy every day to honor his mom, Elise.
That is wonderful stuff, Holly. Thank you. You know, so much has been done. So many millions have been raised. So many people's lives have been saved.
A great drive. This motion offense for Texas, where they're in the second half have made much better reads. Their spacing has been better. They're starting to get into the paint and to the rim whenever they want.
Meyer gets into the paint, forces it up, and that stems from all that dribbling.
You know, and you give credit to Texas's defense because they make catches difficult. So it is tough to run offense against the Longhorns.
Bishop trying to shake Meyer. Bishop left-handed, gets inside, and Meyer with 4 for the Illini. Big 12 battle between Kansas and Missouri. Both games on ESPN and the app.
Used to be a Big 8 battle before that.
That's true. Boy, Texas doing a nice job staying in front of whoever has the ball.
Double dribble.
Blue Devils no doubt in the house as well.
Aren't you glad they don't show us warming up before the game in the hallway?
Pulling hamstrings and straining obliques, just getting up and down off our chairs.
Illinois has to make a stand here. You know, the Illini has not been able to get anything going. You give credit to the defense and the poise of Texas in the second half. Not in a hurry.
Carr cannot get by Harris. Tries his luck on Clark, but couldn't finish it. Clark with a good idea, but an errant pass to Hawkins.
And the one thing that can be a deflating play, Dan. You make a defensive stand, you're taking it the other way and pitch it away. For turnover number 17 now for Illinois. But you can't drop your head. You got to play defense again.
Texas 6 more assists than turnovers. Illinois 12 more turnovers than assists.
That is not a formula for winning against a good team.
And a Texas program, of course, any Chris Beard coach team prides itself on defense. Morris baseline, and it's a turnover out of bounds to the Illini.
It's a union violation.
I'm actually having a pretty good day today. Nobody said, "Hey, Jay," on my way into the arena today.
That's a profound compliment to you.
Although somebody did say, "Hey, Seth," so, you know.
That's worthy of checking yourself into some sort of medical facility when that happens. There's the shot fake. When you think of shot fakes in college, I always think of Sam Clancy back at Pitt.
Sam Young.
Sam Young.
Sam Young,
me.
yes.
Yeah. Sam Young,
yes.
He had an unbelievable shot fake.
Yes.
Thank you.
He could get up on his toes. Look at that attempt there by Hawkins. Had one of those earlier. Broken play, and it'll wind up with a trip to the free throw line for Illinois. Very solid contributors for this team tonight. But you got 26 of their 4. Another problem, the free throw line. Illinois 6 for 12 from the line tonight.
Just been deflating plays.
Mitchell, and nobody picked him up in transition.
And you could tell after the 2 missed free throws, you saw a deflated Illinois team getting back, and they give up a layup as a result of it.
There's still a lot of time left, but it does feel like they're at a real pivotal point in this game right now.
And where did they go for offense?
This would be a good start. Shannon, though, forces it up.
And Rice was right there to take a charge, where he caught that Coleman-Hawkins pass when he was posted up. There hasn't been anything easy for Illinois. Everything's been contested.
You know, we talked about the Big Ten and how much fun it's going to be. How about a league where Texas, Kansas, Baylor, TCU, Jamie Dixon's got a great team. Texas Tech is tough. Big 12 going to be a whole lot of fun as well.
Yeah, TCU, Jamie Dixon's about to get his whole roster back.
Looked like Harris that kind of slipped out of his hand, but he works hard to get it back and lays it in.
Just took it out of the hands of Timmy Allen, who had that rebound. I mean, he had it in his hands, and Sincere Harris took it. That was an insincere play.
Yes, it was. Almost disrespectful. Hunter with a pull-up from 17. And Danger, who's back in there with 4 fouls, gobbles up the rebound.
Well, Hunter didn't make that shot, but the ball's moving much better.
Boy, Danger, Cunningham went flying. No call on the play. Melendez steps in, and the Illini all of a sudden are back within 6.
Couple possessions where Illinois was completely under control.
Mitchell, no. Illinois ball. Hawkins misses the 3. And the rebound down to the Longhorns. 2-on-1. Allen. Mitchell.
You can throw that as high as you want to Dylan Mitchell. What an explosive athlete.
And everybody in the program says as athletic as he is as hard a worker, as good a teammate, as selfless a guy as you will find as well. I don't need to ask you the question I was going to ask.
When do you put him back in? I would say now.
At the next whistle. Boy, a couple of tips. And again, the free throw line also a problem for the Illini tonight. Hunter gets inside. Wow, and another terrific rejection by Harris. And then the finish in transition at the other end. Epps to Melendez.
Boy, beautiful break by Illinois. And Melendez giving it up. Epps giving it right back.
And Jay, for everything that's gone wrong, they're down 5 to Texas.
Yeah, they're still in it, but you got to have a stop.
Inside 10 to shoot. Hunter guarded by Hawkins.
Tough to get away from a guy 6'10".
Carr has to put it up, and it rattles out. Hawkins wraps it up.
Danger couldn't grab it, but kept it alive off the backboard. And he's got Brock Cunningham guarding him down low. See if Illinois looks into him. What he can't do is push off in there.
Epps with a pull-up. Just short off the front of the rim and back on the Longhorns.
And with Danger setting that ball screen out top, there was no offensive rebounding down low.
Carr dribbles it back out. Inside 5 minutes to go. Allen steps in, gets a clean look, and a hustle play by Cunningham for the rebound, but then he throws an errant pass out of bounds. Well, let's see if Meyer gets a touch on the first possession now that he's come back into the game. He was red hot in the first half and is still the high scorer in the game with 18. Melendez wide open. Got it.
Great call by Brad Underwood. Melendez screened Dane Danger out to set the ball screen. And then he came back out. When Danger rolled everybody down into the post, all of a sudden Melendez replaced back out. That was big time.
As close as it's been in a long time. Cunningham for three. And the answer for the Horns.
Cunningham just took Danger out to that three-point line and dared him to get out and contest it. What a big bucket that was.
So back to a 5-point lead for the Longhorns. Inside 4 minutes to go. Epps the force and draws the foul.
Well, there's a lot of length on this Illinois team. Length and defensive versatility. So he's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
Good player now, but he's going to be really good. He's not afraid of anything.
And he's been getting the crunch time minutes here. Sky Clark has been on the bench. Epps has been out there for a while. One possession game. Harris has given the Illini some really nice minutes as well.
He does a good job putting pressure on the ball. Good help by Melendez. Nice switch.
Forced Allen to turn around. Rice steps into a three. Boy, pretty stroke.
He's a guy you have to make him put it on the deck. He made 7 threes coming into this game. Knocked down a couple perimeter jumpers in this one. Illinois has had a tough time making clean catches in this second half.
Yeah, and their dribble to pass ratio, I'm sure, is way out of whack from where Brad Underwood would like it to be. But when you got a guy who can shoot like him, Meyer now with 21. RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, perhaps going to be here as well. Duke and Iowa in the second game of the Jimmy V Classic, coming up about half an hour after the conclusion of this one.
Sincere Harris doing a nice job getting pressure out top.
Meyer does a nice job staying in front of Carr. Now Allen has had a really good night for the Horns. Banging with Hawkins. Fadeaway over him, short. And it's Illinois ball.
Well, that's a tough shot over the 6'10 Coleman Hawkins. Boy, this is a huge possession for Illinois. Really need to score or get fouled here.
Epps. Boy, Harris had Meyer, didn't see him. Step in by Epps. And the rebound for Cunningham. Hunter backs it out.
Well, Texas gets a stop, and these are the kind of possessions that Texas can score here. And obviously the game's not over, but this can be a back-breaking type of score here.
Carr underneath. Allen. Extra pass. And a goaltend is the call. And Brad Underwood is racing the other way in anger.
But all in all, you had to be impressed with the arm strength that I showed in turning that incredibly heavy monitor around with just one hand.
You know, I was just going to go there. It's funny you would say that. Always willing to lend a hand. So the basket counts. The goaltending call stands. And it's a 5-point game with 1:40 to go.
An open side for Coleman Hawkins.
Shannon leans in. And not his night tonight. Hawkins with a rebound, and he's fouled. Sasser evidently is okay. They're playing tonight. From what I understand, he was expected to play. Had a shoulder injury over the weekend, but apparently he's all right. Should be a great game down in Houston.
They had a barn burner last year in Tuscaloosa.
1-point win for the Crimson Tide, right?
Yep.
83-82, I think. Couple of free throws, and it's a one-possession game again.
Illinois showing full court pressure. They're going to drop back into their man-to-man. Slips to the basket. I would watch that in that open middle.
Shot clock at 10. Carr, turnaround, yes.
Wow. What an impressive fall away by Marcus Carr. That's a big-time shot.
And again, a 5-point game into the final minute. And the Illini need a quick score here.
A lot of individual bouncing.
No basket. A foul on Illinois away from the ball.
Big time shot by Marcus Carr. And you know what time it is. It's Marcus Carr time.
His mom Suzette in the house here in New York. Now down to 10 on the shot clock for the Illini. Hawkins needs some help. Epps gets it off. Yes!
Well, it worked out for Coleman Hawkins. Not only did they get the three, he got the assist.
And boy, they had to make something out of not much at all, but they did right there to get it down to 2. 25 seconds to go. And a 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as Shannon commits the foul.
And he fouls a 90% free throw shooter in Tyrese Hunter. When Coleman Hawkins took it down the court into the middle and nobody was available. Tough pass, but Epps, talk about fearless. That's a big time shot. But the timeout worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Not only got the three, but Coleman Hawkins got an assist too.
Hunter's first trip to the line tonight, 12 for 13 on the season. This is 1-1. And Illinois can come down with a chance to tie it or win it.
And Brad Underwood doesn't look like he's going to call a timeout. You don't want to give the defense a chance to set up with that timeout.
And a foul is called on Serge Rice.
We talked about him being fearless. What a test this is.
In North Carolina last year, and now he is trying to tie this game. And he does.
Oh, what big free throws.
It'll be Carr.
Terrance Shannon guarding him.
And we're going to overtime.
Well, that's really a key point for Texas. They have to feel a little deflated that they're in overtime.
Yep.
And Illinois clawed its way back and has to feel pretty good about itself. So it really needed to be an attitude adjustment about, hey, it's a 5-minute game. Go get it.
You know, Matthew Meyer coming back in, playing a bunch of minutes with 4 fouls as well. He knocked down a big 3 late. Epps, good defense by the Longhorns. Both Cunningham and Allen were there to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, Cunningham got switched off on Epps and does such a good job of staying in front.
Meyer can look right over the top of Carr.
Can shoot over him too.
Yes, he can, but he missed it. Carr into the paint, reverses direction, slips, and travels.
You have to keep that hot thing on. You know, Marcus Carr had Matthew Meyer switched off on him with those 4 fouls, decided to take it on.
Terrance Shannon Jr. with just his 3rd field goal of the night, and Illinois has the lead here in overtime.
I think Texas may want to look to Timmy Allen a little bit here too. With his cutting ability. There it is.
Yep. Got Meyer on him. Meyer playing with 4. And it goes. Allen now with 19.
Boy, tough shot over Matthew Meyer, who defended that pretty well without fouling. But I think Allen can be a big factor in this overtime period.
Shannon gets free and knocks down a 3.
New life for Terrance Shannon Jr.
Wow.
Cunningham went under, and he made him pay.
More points in overtime than he had in regulation. A clear out for Allen, driving on Meyer. Poked away by Meyer. Cunningham had his heel out of bounds.
Well, Terrance Shannon awfully quiet for the first 40 minutes, but the next 5, he's looked like himself. The pull-up jumper, and then Brock Cunningham guarding him, and just gets caught up and bit on that step back a little bit, and Shannon cans the 3. Couple of big plays from Terrance Shannon Jr.
Boy, Chris Beard just went small. He's got Morris, Rice, Hunter, and Carr all in the game, Jay, at the same time. Epps so big down the stretch, draws the foul, and is headed back to the line.
Boy, the ball movement's been so much better in this overtime period for Illinois.
Epps a miss. Hunter out, Cunningham in, Meyer out, Harris in for the Illini. Boy, first Carr, now Hunter.
Well, these players run so many miles in this game. How many breaks did Texas take today at their workout for hydration?
4-point game, 2:50 to go.
So Marcus Carr, who's had not his best offensive game, being guarded by Sincere Harris, who puts excellent pressure on the ball. Here's that shot fake.
Ball's loose and it belongs to Illinois.
Morris trying to take on Coleman Hawkins. He's got such a great burst.
Epps with a burst. Extra pass finds Shannon. And Shannon scores again.
The ball movement set up the downhill drive for Terrance Shannon Jr.
So for Shannon, no points in the first half, 4 points in the second half, and 7 to maybe 8 here in overtime. Mom loving it. Not how you start, it's how you finish. And Shannon and the Illini seem determined to finish strong.
Got a switch now. Hawkins on Carr. He's 6'10" and long.
Cunningham. And they needed that one badly. Timeout, Chris Beard.
Melendez just overhelped. You know, he was in the middle of the lane
in the second half.
Yeah, funny how that works.
Yeah.
Now you don't turn the ball over and you wind up operating at a higher level.
Yeah. They should coach that. Inside 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Let's not forget the contributions of Jaden Epps, too, late in the second half for Illinois. Driving on Carr.
Hadn't been able to make a clean pass. The denial defense for Texas, you know, limiting what Illinois could do.
Shannon the pull-up. Allen got a piece of it. Texas ball.
Great defense by Timmy Allen.
Carr, and a foul from behind on Coleman Hawkins, who said he got all ball, but it also looked like he got him with the body.
Timmy Allen just doing a terrific job contesting that shot. Got a piece of it. And then here on the other end, you know, Coleman Hawkins coming from behind.
That's foul.
Yeah, he took his right arm off, or his left arm.
So 3 free throws for Carr. Meanwhile, Hunter continues to get that left leg worked on the bench, hoping to get back in there. Three big free throws to make it a 1-point game.
Texas throwing up, gave a 2-2-1 look, but just dropping back.
Epps gets it off and hits.
Well, it's been so difficult the last couple of possessions because of Texas's denial for Illinois to run anything, but Epps making a really strong move.
Bishop guarded by Hawkins. A minute to go in overtime. Allen gets it off, gets it blocked. Shot clock is down to 6. Tipped into the backcourt. Carr. And do they have Cunningham for a push from behind? Yes, they do.
Give R.J. Melendez a tremendous amount of credit for that defense. Stays strong, goes up, and then a second jump block. Allen was able to get him off the floor, and then Melendez trying to block out. And just as he goes up, Brock Cunningham gets him in the back. Two really big plays by R.J. Melendez in a row.
And the Illini trying to match up here to make sure that everybody's got a man.
The two guys they really have to watch here. Tyrese Hunter coming back in the game and Marcus Carr, but I still think Timmy Allen is somebody to go to.
Another boost for the Illini after going 7 for 14 from the line, 10 for their last 11. Hawkins blocked it. And what is the call from Roger Ayers?
Looks like it was an out-of-bounds call. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
They're looking at something.
Well, they might go back and see whether somebody was out of bounds. You get to do that in the last 2 minutes of regulation and overtime. Coleman Hawkins comes over, gets a big block.
He catches it. He's inbounds.
It got knocked away. Oh, he said it was said somebody's out of bounds.
Yeah,
Nobody's out of bounds there.
Anybody was out of bounds. It didn't hit the underside of the backboard. You know what? Shannon hit it last, but he hadn't yet hit the ground.
No, he wasn't out of bounds.
Right. So this should be Illinois ball. And it is. And Texas pressure. And a Texas timeout. Nobody on the ball for Texas.
Illinois might want to send somebody long.
Hawkins gathers and is fouled.
And Hawkins not a great free throw shooter. What kind of businessman Coleman is.
And he missed them both. Carr the push ahead to Hunter.
One thing Illinois doesn't want to do is foul.
And a turnover. Rice was zigging and Carr thought he was zagging.
Possession more valuable than position right now. It's all about getting the ball inbounds.
And another timeout for Chris Beard.
Not an easy place from which to inbound it.
It'll be Meyer to inbound. Shannon huge here in overtime, and he'll have a chance here to add to the lead at the free throw line.
Shannon a pretty good free throw shooter, 75% on the season coming in. Coming into this game, Terrance Shannon was one of only 2 players in the country averaging 19 points, at least 6 rebounds, and at least 3 assists. The other was Jalen Wilson of Kansas.
Chris Beard down in Lubbock, and maybe it took until halftime, Jay. We'll only know for sure when Shannon talks after the game. Maybe it took 20 minutes for him to kind of gather himself and settle in. Hunter for 3. Tip is good. I think Timmy Allen will get credit for that.
He should. He's the one that did it.
And it's a 5-point game. And back to the line. Shannon will go again.
2 shots.
And he makes them both. The lead up to 7 inside 20 seconds to go. In a game in which the Illini trailed by 10 with less than 8 minutes left in the second half. Another block. This one by Shannon. And that's going to do it. What a gritty comeback performance by Illinois as they beat Texas in overtime here in the Garden.
Illinois looked dead in the water, but did not give up. And what a performance down the stretch by Epps. And then in overtime by Terrance Shannon Jr.